Alright, so I'm on my second video about depression. Alright, so that there, don't know if you can see it. This is the 8th book. This is the acknowledgments and notes of my Love 13. No, I didn't color anything because I suck at coloring, just like I kind of suck at drawing. There are 9 titles. You have the intro, you know, you have all this other stuff. Yeah, cast list, that kind of thing. You know, so it's pretty cut and dry. Now, this is basically the meet and greet book. The things you need to know. There's your facts list. And I wrote all this stuff like before I came up with the damn story. So it's 1,000 and some change places. Each one of these are the siblings, okay, and the background information, yeah, of their parents, shit like that. There's a lot of whiteout usage here, but I did these, because of my depression. I also added every love song I think I ever made into these books. I won't swear to that, but they're there. Having depression and going into other things, a lot of my depression issues also really I could say began with my ex leaving me for no reason. I mean, literally every one of these love songs were written for her. Every fucking one of them. I'm not ashamed to say it. And what's done is done. And it can't be undone. I even have some poems. It has the titles of all my songs and my references to the things I've done. My Hometown is my second album. It's called My Hometown of Misery. My first album was called The Unconditional Love of Wedding Bell Blues, which are 2 of the songs on there, Unconditional Love and Wedding Bell Blues. I wrote them before that girl came out with Unconditional Love. I wrote this shit way back in 2010 when my life went to hell, or more hell than when it was before. And everything to me happens in 7 and 8s. Doesn't happen in 3s. So, I talked to my dad when I was depressed. And I just got into writing, like, really bad. Like, Give Me Strength. Dying Every Day. These are songs that match my depression. They matched the mood I was in. They matched everything. Except for Licky Sticky. That was like one of my... I got a video of that on the phone. It's like I had a porn moment. And so I started singing about licking things. You guys can put that together. Anyway, so Lonely Warrior song, Last Shot at Life. These songs are the titles itself are self-explanatory. No Blessings Here. Hard to Hate. Fate Sucks. Oh, excuse me. I totally misread that. The Hand of Fate Sucks. Signs Everywhere. Homecoming. Lost Song. Lost Words. Try Again. Eyes of a Failure. Heart of a Hero. These are all songs I wrote. And they basically are about me and everything that I had attempted to do to win my ex-fiance back. So, every car looks like her car. I was in some bad shape. I'm still in pretty bad shape, but I'm handling it. Holding the Torch. White Knight, Save a Life. Because usually it's the White Knight in old school medieval stories. The White Knight general is the one that saves the damn day. Just like Cowboys, My Saving Grace. She Never Loved Me. um, Guns of Depression, The Power Within, Depression Rules, the man I used to be, because I used to be more of a man with more confidence and stuff. The Darkest Part of Me song is my 9520 Our Country Hideaway that has significance. Do You Ever Think of Me? That also has significance. The Greatness song. Um, All's Right with the World. Fathers and Sons. Fathers and Daughters. Waiting Here for You. Dreams of 1021 King Street. There's a video of that somewhere on here. Totally missed that song there. Hometown Song. Stranger in My Hometown. I often feel like that. Worse Than Me. What Now? Hell's Better Than Heartbreak. I'm just giving you all the titles right there. And I'll read you Fathers and Sons. So, the song is Fathers and Sons. Fathers and Sons, you say it 3 times. That's why it's a 3x there. Alright. There comes a time when bonds are broken, and when it seems to be heads all damn day. When you seem to butt heads. I misspelled that, by the way. But one thing that divides us, that makes us collide, the bonds we share from deep inside. I'll look at my father, and he'll look back at me. We'll both shake our heads and agree to disagree. Then it says fathers and sons 3 times. Fathers and sons 3 times. Okay. So then the second verse would be, as time goes on, and I'm a father, see, I look into my father's eyes, and all I see is me. Now I'm raising, one of my own. But I know that I'm not all alone. I have a daughter. She means the world to me. I just hope one day that she will see. Then there's fathers and sons, and then the final verse is, funny how things have seemed to turn out. Now as a father, I'm the one who shouts. Sometimes life is crazy, but what can I do? As a father, you need to know I love you. Anyway, so if I could sing, that would actually probably sound a whole lot better. The song that I wrote right after that was basically for my father and my sister, because they've never ever really seen eye to eye or whatever. They never ever got along. I don't know what the hell their history is, and I don't care. But basically, it was the proudest day of my life was the night. Excuse me. The proudest day of my life. You know, it might not sound right. When he made our mother his beautiful wife. The proudest moment of his life was when he brought her home. No, not his wife, but his baby girl all alone. Now he took care of her. He taught her, he loved her in grace. And every night before bed, he kissed her little face. Fathers and daughters share a special bond. It's like nothing you've seen. It makes life go on. Sorry, I get a little emotional. Since fathers and daughters, they don't always see eye to eye. Both of them have one thing in common. They both seem to know how to make each other cry. Fathers and daughters 2 times after that. And then on her wedding day, he was so full of tears. There were tears of sadness for the things that he hears. Now she is going away, never to return. She married someone he just couldn't stand. Someone who made his skin burn. But in the end, she made the right choice, you see, because she became a mother, and he a father to be. And when the baby got here, and all things was aside, everything that was said, passed, and died. Fathers and daughters never see eye to eye, but one thing they do, they make each other cry. Anyway, So I wrote these songs, and I'll be honest, I wrote them for my ex as an attempt to try to win her back. That failed miserably, and eventually the law was involved. So why did I bring this up for my depression? All right, because that was part of what my depression was leading me. So my depression, I didn't deal with it very well the first time around. What I did was, my broken heart and depression drove me to join the army. I joined the army for two reasons. Two, wasn't so much to serve my country as to help people, because in helping people we help ourselves. But to be honest, I joined to die. So when I got infantry, I wasn't too badly upset. I wasn't really happy, but I wasn't too badly upset because I figured if I could live as a hero in the army, and when I die, people will say I was somebody. No. Or if I die on the streets because I'm just some depressed bum, they're like, oh, he's some drug dealing, half-breed color motherfucker. We don't give a shit about him. And that in itself would have done me in. So, Love 13 became my saving grace. I'll be first to tell you. First, I went to Dr. Bishop. She helped me for a while. She helped me get through some stuff. She gave me coping mechanisms and things. And she was great. But I was still depressed, but I was better. So Mass Effect Trilogy saved my life also. But I needed more. So when I started writing the graphic novel, as well as playing Mass Effect and going to see her, and then having my dad to back me up, I started writing this graphic novel. So in this graphic novel, it was supposed to be, initially I wanted to do 13 chapters. But I changed my mind and I only did 9. I think I only did 9. Let me double check that. I hate to tell you guys a fucking lie. Yeah, I only did 9 chapters. But they're very thick chapters. They're out in the shade. So, I don't draw as well as I used to. So I drew some pictures. So you have Inchu, he, me. Or Inchu, he, Kim. Because their last name's Kim. They're Korean. Then you have Nanook, the polar bear, and the guardian and the lord of the master of ice. It's actually from Inuit folklore or Eskimo. I did my research, so you don't have to fact check me. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, when I did something with the main star, who's the female Bear Grylls, who also is the bad guy until like almost the end. So that's just spoiler alert for you right there. But you'll have to read how it happens. So I'm not giving you any more. So I drew dragons. That's probably like the best drawing I have, because there is a dragon, a real life dragon. And then I drew other pictures, so did you have a concept? And I drew these things because I was in bad shape. So I'm going to make a third video after I put this book away, so I don't know if you guys can see it. I didn't color them because I suck at coloring, but I said that before. So each picture helped me. Each drawing helped me to develop where I was going with the story. Now, not to do anything outside of showing you like chapters. Chapter 1 was that, and it's a very interesting chapter, and it's an autobiographical fantasy. So each one, there's chapter 0. I should have put that before I put chapter 1. And there's chapter 2. In fact, I should probably change that like right now. I don't understand how I did that. I clearly wasn't like focused when I was loading these things in there. So let's turn that around. So apparently I screwed up. Chapter 0, intro to L13, and it's called L13, but it's really Love 13, the Legion of Vengeful Enchantress, for those who didn't read it the first time. I'm sure you guys can't see it because it's not colored. But if it ever gets published and other people can do all the coloring and rewriting or making it make better sense, I don't want them to change any of the names though. That's not cool. And they have chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6 is Exodus, chapter 7 is the Ritual Inferno, chapter 8 is uh, Oblivion, the forces of nature collide. And chapter 9 is Shangri-La, the final conflict. And when I say Shangri-La, final conflict, it literally means it's the final conflict. Notice the dragon looks better than the lady. And then, everything else, I got a lot of dragons. They seem to be the only thing I can actually draw that looks somewhat cool. And I have mad respect for dragons. So you have some more stuff. Like I said, my drawings aren't all that great. I'm not that great at drawing anymore. But for the most part, I got a lot of damn dragons. So for the most part, I'm doing the best I can, and I still deal with depression. So we're going to end this video with I still deal with depression, and I'm going to start the third video.